My thing was that I just loved doing software. I loved hiring people. And I was stunned when it ended up being so valuable. So I was always very conservative about the finances.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I am so grateful to have you watching today. This is one of the videos in our series where we showcase some of the renowned, inspiring iconoclasts. We are very excited about this series. If you are yet to subscribe, please click the subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified of our latest videos.
You were like the youngest person to become a billionaire. Is that right?
Yeah, in terms of my own, earning it on my own, yeah.
Right. Okay, so, well, it's just the most important thing, yeah. So, did you, when you were a kid, did you care about money, or you just cared about technology and it just happened?
Mostly I love software. I do remember at the private school I went to, there were other kids whose families were better off, like they had a Porsche or something, but it wasn't that big of a deal. My thing was that I just loved doing software. I loved hiring people. And I was stunned when it ended up being so valuable.
Really?
Yeah.
The key point there is you've got to enjoy what you do every day. And for me, that's working with very smart people. It's working on new problems. You know, every time we think, hey, we've had a little bit of success, we're pretty careful not to dwell on it too much because the bar gets raised.
So what did your family think? Did they say there's something wrong with this young man? He wants to just do computers?
They knew I was obsessed with computers, that I would skip athletics, that I'd go in overnight, that I'd leave the house sometimes when they prefer I wouldn't go work at night on these things. And so it was kind of considered a little strange. And the big moment was when I said, instead of going to part of my senior year, that I wanted to go work for a company writing software. So they were great about allowing that to be my hobby, because I always had to be careful that we wouldn't hire too many people. I was always worried because people who worked for me were older than me and they had kids, and I always thought, well, what if we don't get paid? Will I be able to meet the payroll? So I was always very conservative about the finances. And then when we did go public, what was I, 30 by then I was kind of stunned at what it multiplied out to.
Right. So when you became a billionaire, at what point did you start relaxing? Were you still nervous when you became a billionaire, like, I gotta watch this?
Well, I always wanted to have enough money in the bank so that even if our customers didn't pay us for a year, we could still keep paying everybody and do the R&D. So I'd still be viewed as conservative. I don't have that many things that are extravagant tastes, so didn't change too much.
So nothing really changed. So you didn't say, oh, I'm going to buy a Porsche.
I did.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you did. All right.
Yeah, that was an indulgence, and then eventually for my travel, I got a plane, which is a huge indulgence. So those are my two.
Well, not really, because you travel all the time, so
right.
That's important that you have a plane. So you have a Porsche and a plane, and that's it.
Well, in terms of crazy things, yeah.
Yeah. There's not like any wild, like you didn't build like an aquarium with sharks in it or something like that.
We have a trampoline room in our house.
Oh, wow.
The kids like that. Indoor trampoline. I recommend it.
Just one giant trampoline?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a room with a very high ceiling.
Well, yeah, I hope. Yeah. That would be cruel if you didn't put a high ceiling in there. Just go on, kids.
Microsoft was becoming super successful. The idea of, okay, what am I going to do with this money? I could spend a little bit on myself, and I could give some to kids and, make sure they got a good education, whatever. But as a percentage, even the maximum of those two outlets, became tiny. And so then it was, okay, what do philanthropists do? And studying Rockefeller and all sorts of people who've done all that stuff, I thought, oh, well, this is interesting. Are there research topics that aren't getting enough money. And that's where I started to learn about global health and realized that, like malaria, nobody was putting any money into malaria. The US Army historically had put money in because troops were exposed to malaria, but then they got these drugs, prophylactic drugs like mefloquine, larium, and so they didn't need to put any more money into it. And so our first 30 million, we became the biggest funder in a disease that kills 1 million children a year at that time. We're down to 400,000 now. So it was a progression, working with Paul Allen in high school, working with Steve Ballmer at Microsoft, then meeting and marrying Melinda. Each of those, were very, very important in getting my mind, shaping whatever abilities I have towards something worthwhile.
You already put $40 billion of your own money into your foundation.
Yep.
40 billion. And you've, I think, kind of encouraged other billionaires to do this as well, because it really is kind of up to the people to fix the problems in the world, it seems, right? So what is your main focus right now?
My wife Melinda and I picked global health as our big thing. The fact that still we have 5 million kids who die under the age of 5. Now it was over 10 million when we got started, so there's been huge progress over the last 18 years. So things like malaria, diarrhea, coming up with new drugs and vaccines and getting them out to all the kids in the world. That's our main thing. Mm-hmm. Our second biggest thing is all in the US, which is trying to help improve the education system here.
Yeah, which needs, boy, right? I mean, and how do you do that? I always think you get what you pay for. So if you don't pay teachers, because most teachers are paying out of their own pocket to take care of these students. So how do you do that?
Well, there are some really phenomenal teachers, and so the dream is that you could take that top 10% and have them help the others to get best practices, the best teaching ideas to spread all over the country.
And how, we're listening to you, obviously $40 billion does a lot, and there are other people that are helping, but what can we do? What is the best thing that you could say that just one person can do to help?
Well, particularly with schools, the ability to go to the local public school or charter school and engage with the kids, mentor kids, talk about the kind of work you do. There's huge opportunities there. With the challenges, say in Africa, part of it's people's voice. There's a real question now whether the US sort of takes this less than 1% of our budget that saves tens of millions of lives, and whether we don't prioritize continuing that. So it's a hot debate, in terms of, is it good for America to be generous and help the rest of the world live a healthy life?
Well, I mean, the fact that you're helping so many people all around the world, that you have this, because that to me is what money, when you have that kind of money, it's for. It's like, that's the best thing you can do, is actually, you're making such a huge difference. So I'm glad you're a billionaire.
I want to accept this challenge. I want to do it better than it's been done. Been working on this, got this design. There we go. Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm here to join the people bringing attention to Lou Gehrig's disease by taking the Als Ice Bucket Challenge. I'm going to challenge 3 more people: Elon Musk, Ryan Seacrest, and Chris Anderson of TED. Consider yourself challenged. You have 24 hours. Good luck.
He's a one boy, cuddly toy, my up, my down, my pride and joy. Let me tell you about him, it's so much fun. Whether we're walking.
It was good.
Thanks for watching. I hope that you have been inspired. Remember that your voice also matters. You too can be an iconoclast in your own little way and gently shake the world. Together we can gently make a difference. Remember to subscribe, to comment. Let us know what you think of these series. What else would you like to see on this channel? Remember to also share, and please click on the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos from this channel. See you next time. Bye.